Fishing for Nassau Grouper. What you need to know to get started. Fishing for Nassau Grouper, Epinephelus striatus, can be an exciting and rewarding experience, but it requires some knowledge about their habitat, behavior, and the best techniques to catch them. Here's what you need to know. 1. Habitat and season. Location. Nassau grouper are found in the Caribbean, Gulf of Mexico, Florida, and the Bahamas. They prefer rocky reefs, ledges, and coral formations at depths of 20 to 100 feet. Season. The best time to catch them is during winter spawning aggregations, December to February, though fishing regulations in many places prohibit harvesting them during this period to protect the species. 2. Regulations and conservation. Nassau grouper is critically endangered, so many regions have strict regulations, including closed seasons, usually during spawning, size limits, often 20 to 30 inches, bag limits, some areas have a one-fish limit, others ban retention, release requirements, in some places, Nassau grouper must be released. Before fishing, always check local regulations to ensure compliance. 3. Fishing techniques. A. Bottom fishing, most effective. Rig. Use a sliding sinker rig, Carolina rig, with a circle hook, 4/0 to 8/0. Bait. Live bait works best, including pinfish, grunts, blue runners, squid and cut bait, mullet, sardines. Location. Drop bait near reefs, wrecks, or drop-offs and wait for a strong bite. 3. Fishing techniques. B. Jigging. Jigs. Large vertical jigs, 4-8 ounces, work well, especially in deeper water. Technique. Drop the jig to the bottom and work it with sharp, upward jerks to entice a strike. C. Spearfishing. Nassau grouper is a prime target for spearfishers, but in some places, it's illegal to harvest them this way due to conservation efforts. 4. Best gear setup. Rod. Heavy-duty conventional or spinning rod, 50-80 pounds class. Reel. High-capacity conventional reel with strong drag, e.g., Shimano Talica, Pen Fathom. Line. 80 to 100 pounds braided mainline with a 100 to 150 pounds fluorocarbon leader. Grouper have sharp gill plates and love to run into structure. 5. Handling and release. If you catch a Nassau grouper in a restricted area, handle it carefully. Minimize air exposure. Use de-hooking tools to remove hooks quickly. Vent the fish if caught deep, to prevent barotrauma. Lower the fish back down using a descending device. 6. Cooking and eating. If legally caught, Nassau grouper is one of the best tasting fish with firm, white, flaky meat. Popular cooking methods: grilled with butter and garlic, blackened with Cajun seasoning, fried as fillets or in fish tacos. Final thoughts. Nassau grouper is a prized catch, but conservation is key to ensuring future populations. If targeting them, always follow regulations, consider catch and release, and enjoy the experience responsibly. Nassau grouper overview. General information. Scientific name: Epinephelus striatus. Common names: Nassau grouper. Family: Serenidae, groupers and sea bases. Conservation status: critically endangered, IUCN Red List. Physical characteristics: size: typically 1 to 3 feet, 30 to 90 centimeters, can grow up to 4 feet, 120 centimeters. Weight: up to 55 pounds, 25 kilogram. Coloration: tan to reddish brown with 5 dark vertical bars, a black saddle spot near the tail, and a distinctive pattern on the face. Body shape: robust, elongated body with large, thick lips. Habitat and distribution. Found in warm waters of the western Atlantic Ocean, including the Caribbean Sea, Florida, the Gulf of Mexico, and the Bahamas. Prefers coral reefs, rocky areas, and seagrass beds, typically in depths of 16 to 100 feet, 5 to 30 meters. but can be found as deep as 400 feet, 120 meters. Diet: carnivorous. Primarily feeds on fish, crustaceans, shrimp, crabs, lobsters, and cephalopods, squid, octopuses. Ambush predator that uses its large mouth to create suction and engulf prey. Reproduction and behavior. Spawning. Forms large spawning aggregations at specific sites, typically around full moons in the winter, December to February. Hermaphroditic. Some individuals start as females and transition to males as they mature. Solitary nature. Usually solitary but becomes social during breeding season. Threats and conservation. Overfishing. Heavily targeted due to its large size and popularity as a food fish. Habitat loss. Coral reef degradation affects its population. Spawning disruptions. Large aggregations make them highly vulnerable to fishing. Conservation efforts. Marine protected areas and seasonal fishing bans during spawning seasons. Fishing regulations, including size and catch limits. Ongoing research and monitoring programs. Interesting facts. Nassau groupers change color to blend with surroundings. They produce deep grunting sounds to communicate during spawning. One of the most studied grouper species due to its critical conservation status. Best place to find Nassau grouper. Nassau grouper, Epinephelus striatus, are found primarily in the western Atlantic Ocean, including the Caribbean Sea, the Gulf of Mexico, and along the southeastern U.S. coast. Here are some of the best places to find Nassau grouper. Top locations for Nassau grouper fishing. The Bahamas. One of the best places to find Nassau grouper, particularly around Andros Island, Exumas, and Bimini. The 1. Bahamas has many reefs and deep drop-offs where they thrive. Top locations for Nassau grouper fishing. 2. Belize, particularly around Glover's Reef, Lighthouse Reef, and Turneffe Atoll, where there are established marine reserves helping maintain strong populations. 3. Cayman Islands. Little Cayman's Bloody Bay Wall and Grand Cayman's East End are well known for Nassau grouper aggregations. 4. Florida Keys, USA. Though heavily regulated, Nassau grouper can sometimes be seen around Dry Tortugas, Key Largo, and the outer reefs. Top locations for Nassau grouper fishing. 5. Honduras. The Bay Islands, including Roatan, Utila, and Guanaja, have excellent reef structures where Nassau grouper are found. 6. Turks and Caicos, particularly around the West Caicos Marine Reserve and other deep reefs. 7. Mexico, Yucatan Peninsula. Areas around Banco Chinchorro and Cozumel offer great reef habitats. Best fishing methods for Nassau grouper. Spearfishing. Where legal. Bottom fishing using live bait, pinfish, grunts, squid. Trolling with deep diving plugs near reefs. Drift fishing with cut bait over rocky outcrops. Regulations. Many areas have strict catch limits, closed seasons, or complete bans due to overfishing. Always check local laws before fishing Nassau grouper. Gear and equipment to catch Nassau grouper. Catching Nassau grouper requires the right gear and approach to effectively target these bottom-dwelling fish. Here's what you'll need. Rod and reel. Rod. Medium heavy to heavy action rod, 6 to 7 feet, capable of handling deep water fishing and strong fights. Reel. A high-capacity conventional or spinning reel with a strong drag system, preferably a high-speed retrieval reel for deep drops. Fishing line. Main line. 50 to 100 pounds braided line, for strength and sensitivity. Leader. 60 to 150 pounds fluorocarbon or monofilament leader, abrasion resistance against rocks and reefs. Hooks and rigs. Circle hooks. 7/0 to 12/0 for conservation and better hook sets. J hooks. If legal in your area, size 6/0 to 10/0. Bottom rig. Drop rig or knocker rig. Keeps bait near the seafloor where Nassau grouper dwell. Weights. Egg sinkers. 4 to 16 ounces, depending on depth and current. Bank sinkers. 6 to 20 ounces for deep water, 100 plus feet. Bait. Live bait. The best option, including live pinfish, grunts, or blue runners. Cut bait. Squid, mullet, or bonito chunks. Artificial lures. Large jigs, 3-8 ounces, tipped with bait, deep diving plugs, and swim baits. Electronics. Fish finder, depth finder. Essential for locating reefs, ledges, and drop-offs where Nassau grouper hide. GPS. Helps mark productive fishing spots. Other essential gear. Gloves. For handling big fish and preventing line cuts. Gaff or net. Needed for safely landing large groupers. Dehooker. Helps safely release undersized or out-of-season fish. Descending device. Bent tool. Required in some areas for safely releasing deep water fish. How to cook Nassau grouper. Nassau grouper is a delicious and firm white fish that can be prepared in various ways, including grilling, baking, frying, and pan-searing. Here's a simple and flavorful way to cook Nassau grouper. Grilled Nassau grouper with lemon butter. Ingredients. 2 Nassau grouper fillets, about 6 to 8 ounces each. 2 tablespoons olive oil. 2 tablespoons unsalted butter. Melted, 2 cloves garlic. Minced. 1 teaspoon paprika. Half a teaspoon salt. Half a teaspoon black pepper. Half a teaspoon cayenne pepper. Optional. For heat. 1 tablespoon fresh lemon juice. 1 teaspoon lemon zest. Fresh parsley or cilantro. For garnish. Lemon wedges. For serving. Instructions. 1. Preheat grill. Heat your grill to medium-high heat, about 375 to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. 2. Prepare fish. Pat the grouper fillets dry with a paper towel. Brush them with olive oil on both sides. 3. Season. In a small bowl, mix melted butter, minced garlic, paprika, salt, black pepper, cayenne pepper. If using, lemon juice, and zest. Brush this mixture over the fillets. 4. Grill the fish. Place the fillets on the grill and cook for about 4 to 5 minutes per side, or until the fish is opaque and flakes easily with a fork. 5. Serve. Remove from the grill, garnish with fresh parsley or cilantro, and serve with lemon wedges. Other cooking methods. Pan-seared. Heat 2 tablespoons of olive oil in a skillet over medium-high heat. Cook for about 3 to 4 minutes per side. Baked. Preheat oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Place fillets in a baking dish with butter, garlic, and lemon, and bake for 12 to 15 minutes. Fried. Coat fillets in seasoned flour or breadcrumbs and deep fry at 350 degrees Fahrenheit until golden brown. About 3 to 4 minutes per side. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for your support and kindness. I truly appreciate it and am grateful for everything. Your generosity means a lot. Fishing is a fun, exciting, and relaxing activity. Many people use fishing as a hobby or sport also. Subscribe, share, like, hit the notification bell.